if you had to sum up your teaching in 1 or 2 sentences, what would they be?
No teaching, no teacher, no student.
So then what are we doing here today?
To find out who you are.
The first question, Papaji, is who are you?
I am that. From where you, me, she, he, all the rest emerge from. I am that.
Harilal Poonja was born in 1910 in a part of the Punjab that is now in Pakistan. At the age of 8, he spontaneously had a mystical experience in which he became aware, for the first time, of who and what he really was. It was a transcendent experience of peace and happiness. For the next 25 years he tried, obsessively, to recapture that early experience through devotion to the Hindu god Krishna. He had many visions of God, saw many famous Indian saints and gurus, but no one he met was able to give him the direct experience of God that he craved. Then, in 1944, at the age of 34, he went to the ashram of Sri Ramana Maharshi, one of India's most famous and respected gurus.
I had entered the ashram and then all was quiet. All was quiet, and this man is quiet, incarnation of silence itself, not speaking to anyone. But then it was tremendous silence. I never saw anybody so silent, you see. So the people who go there, their mind doesn't enter the hall. He sits quiet and silence was there. So what he taught was to keep quiet.
On the day you finally got it with Ramana Maharshi, what exactly was happening?
I was a devotee of Krishna from childhood. Devotee of Krishna, so that Krishna even would manifest in physical form. I could see with the senses, as I see other things, so much attached. After spending some 4 days in Adi Annamlai on the other side of the mountain, Arunachala, then Maharishi asked me where you had been. I said, on the other side, staying by myself and playing with Krishna. Oh, see, very good, you have been playing with Krishna? Yes, sir, I was playing with Krishna. He is my friend. Do you see him now? No, sir, I don't. So he said, what appears and disappears is not real. Is not real. The seer remained. You saw him, he disappeared. You remain, same seer. Now you are here also. Seer remained. Now find out who the seer is. So it was a word only, no? It was a word. But then it struck me. I became the seer, you see. Some seer I saw. And this seer was beyond all, you see.
As Sri Ramana looked at him, silently transmitting peace, Poonjaji suddenly became aware of his own inner reality, the abiding, formless presence which is the source and substance of all that exists. Hindus call this the self, but it has nothing to do with the mind or the personality. It is, instead, the common ground, the continuous presence that abides timelessly and formlessly as the real nature and heart of all beings. For the last 45 years, Poonja has been helping others to dispel the illusions they have about themselves, so that they too can be aware of that abiding presence that has been his own unshakable experience since the moment of his own enlightenment. His methods are unconventional but traditional. In face-to-face encounters with seekers, he challenges all of their most basic assumptions and drives them back to an awareness of who they really are.
Let there be peace and love among all beings of the universe. Let there be peace, let there be peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar, Namaskar. Welcome to Satsang. Some friends are very new to Lucknow Satsang, so let me introduce what's going on here. You are here for the first time to something very new, and I am not going to give you any method, any way that you have tried, and it has not paid. No one tells you what is here, now. Here and now. Within your own heart. To return to your own heart, I don't think you need any search, any practice, any method. You sit on meditation, you project something, the benefit of meditation, enlightenment, is some future date. But who is the meditator? No one knows who is the meditator. You work on meditated upon object of meditation. But this is neither the subject nor the object. It is that itself. And that is already here. I am very happy to go back to my country and to spread your message, laughing, dancing, singing. Papa, a little trouble. After all these months, I still don't know what is your message. Very good. You tell him. This is enough for you. It's better not to know the message. Then you will hold on. You will read my message if I give you. This is my message. Then you will read this message to everybody, and that will become a religious book. As the books have become, therefore, I don't give any messages. What message do you need? To have any teaching is preaching. Teacher has no teaching, no method, no way. To know thy own self, you don't need any teaching. What you really are, always you are that itself. No one is going to teach you. You have to realize who you are, here and now, this moment.
Papaji, people in the West are being continuously bombarded with spiritual advice. All kinds of gurus and groups are telling Western audiences, join us and you will be happy. What exactly is different about your message, and why should anyone listen to it?
They advise the people to destroy them. To destroy them, and I tell them to reject those teachers and preachers and come to me. I will give you good advice. Don't listen to anybody's advice, neither to my advice. Peep within you and listen to your own voice. What do you hear? Don't listen to any advice, because any advice belongs to the past. So there's no advice to know thyself. So don't listen to anybody's advice. You keep quiet. This is the best advice. I give advice, keep quiet. Don't think and don't make any effort. This is my advice. And if you follow it, you have done very well for you and for everybody and all the beings of the world.
So following any advice, except the advice be quiet, takes you away from the self and not towards it.
Of course it has, because it takes you to the past.
Many people have tried to be quiet, to be still, and they haven't succeeded. What are they doing wrong?
To give up the intention to keep quiet. If they can't keep quiet, give up the intention to keep quiet, then what will happen? There's no object in the mind, no person, no thing, no concept that can return you happiness and peace of mind. So I just tell them, give them this information. Don't look here, there, anywhere. Peace is within you and within the heart of all beings. So if you keep quiet, don't look anywhere, don't allow your mind to abide anywhere, and you will see that it is peace, happiness itself. That is the fundamental truth, and every being in the world is happiness itself.
Papaji, I think that most people who come to see you would say that you're giving out something more than information. Almost everyone who comes to you feels that there is some power, some grace in your presence, and that this power and this grace enables them to find out who they really are. Do you have any comment on this?
Definitely, I am pointing out at their own self, which is the fountain of the grace, of love, of beauty. Here rises the love and peace also. Just point them out. Look within yourself for 1 second, and you will not search, not find. You will see that you are peace itself. धन जोबन का गर्भ न कीजे, धन जोबन का, धन जोबन का गर्भ न कीजे, झूठा पच रंग छोल रे. This body, combination of 5 elements, is false only. So don't be proud of it, of your youth, of your skin beauty. Son mandar mein दिया जलाए, दिया जलाए, आसन से मत डोल रे, तोहे पिया मिलेंगे. In the emptiness of temple, in the heart of Chidakasha, there is a temple. No one stays there. No one can enter there. And there you go and enlighten, ignite the flame. And then you enjoy with your beloved. Why? What will happen? Asan se mat dol re, tohe piya milenge. Don't loosen your firm asan, firm decision. I have to meet my beloved. Don't look here, there, backward. And you will be successful. Directly looking into your own self. Directly looking into your own self. This is how the inquiry is, who am I?
What is important for a seeker who sincerely wants to be free?
Most serious thing that one should, for the seeker, is to seek freedom alone. Only freedom. So as you say, you are burning for freedom, this alone is enough. Keep up this fire. Keep up this fire, it will burn everything. Everything will burn in this thing. Mind also will burn in this thing. Whole universe will be consumed in this like wildfire in the forest, you see. Wildfire, conflagration in the fire is caused by itself in the forest. By rubbing one tree against the other tree, the fire is there. So that fire eats away the whole forest and finally itself keeps quiet, you see. Yeah. So keep up this fire. This fire generally I don't see in any face. I don't see this fire in any face. There's fire to have things, fire for persons, fire for objects. That fire I've seen. But fire for freedom is yet to be seen. That's a very different fire. It doesn't burn. It doesn't harm a person. So it rises here and there. Very rare person will have this fire, okay? Welcome. Keep it up, you see. And pour more benzene on it.
Do we need to believe in anything, Papaji? Do we, for example, have to believe that the Guru's words are correct? Do we have to believe that we can attain freedom? Do we have to believe I am already free? What are the minimum number of things that we have to believe in?
Yes, of course. You need faith. Faith in your own self, that I am free. If you at all want to believe in faith, this is the best faith you can have. I am already free. When you can have a faith, I am suffering, I am bound, why not to have the best faith, then I am free? What difference does it make? It is the I am in you which is always free. When I speak, you are already free. It's not that your body is already free. That's how you mistook it always. So it is that which is already free. I am that I am. Keep still and know I am that I am. That's all.
What brought you to Lucknow? Why did you decide to come here?
I was looking for the truth, I can say.
And when you came, what happened?
I sat in front of him and all my body felt his immensity. And then I told him that I feel a lot of pain. And then he told me, when is your pain now? And in this moment the mind dropped. I dropped myself. I was no more there. And what was there was something totally else. It was just it. It was just, yes, this is who I am really. This is who I am. I need nothing else. Nothing else matter. And this was so much love there, and happiness and peacefulness.
Images on a screen. While the action is taking place, we all forget, temporarily, that we are merely watching a display of colored lights. We take the figures to be real and become engrossed in the little dramas of their everyday lives. Occasionally, we become aware that we are watching, that the pictures are not real, that they are just images on a screen. When this happens, we subconsciously differentiate between what is real and what is unreal. The man watching in his chair assumes, I, the observer of this film, am real. The pictures on the screen, they are not real. Now step back one stage further. Here is a new film. The original observer and the film he was watching are both now displayed on the same screen. The observer, who formerly thought himself to be real, is now just as unreal as the film he was watching. Now, what is real about this picture? What here is permanent? What remains unchanged while all these pictures come and go? It is the screen. Your own self, your own reality, is the screen upon which all the unreal pictures of the world are displayed. All the pictures on the screen, including the form and the person you take yourself to be, are supported by the screen of your own self. When you recognize yourself to be the substratum, the screen, and not the name and form which appear upon it, you are free. Okay. If there is a fire in the movie, it will not burn the screen. If there is water, the screen will not get wet. When you discover who you really are, when you discover that you are the screen of consciousness and not the images that appear upon it, you are untouchable, indestructible. You are free.
Papa, you speak about freedom. What is freedom?
Freedom? A trap. Because bondage. You are in the trap. A man who's imprisoned in the jail, he needs to be free, isn't it? He is trapped in the jail. He has heard, he knows some people are free outside, no? So this you have heard from outside, from the parents, no?
From the
Priests, from the teachers, preachers. Come to us, we will give you freedom. Come to me, I will give you rest. Isn't it? That is the promise. And this is another trap. This is another trap, from one trap to another trap. Now you are trapped in the freedom trap. You should be out of both these traps, neither of bondage nor of freedom. Because this is a concept. Bondage was a concept. Now, concept of freedom. Get rid of both these concepts. Then, where are you?
Is what you speak of enlightenment?
Enlightenment is the knowledge itself, not knowledge of persons, things, ideas.
Pure knowledge.
Only knowledge, not a word. Only knowledge, where does not exist anything, no imagination of the past, no imagination of the future, not even the present.
I can't imagine a state with no imagination.
That's what is called bondage. That's what is called bondage, and that's what's called suffering, and that's what's called samsara. And if I tell you, do not imagine, don't have any imaginations right now. Imagination is images, no? Image,
Thought, image.
it has come from images, imagination. You are thinking of the images, and all images belong to the past. Don't recall the past, and don't aspire anything of the future. Imagination goes. Imagination is out of the mind. Mind is past.
Papaji, you say that enlightenment is a very easy thing to discover, and yet I have heard you say many times that the number of people who have fully woken up to their own selves can be counted on one's fingers. If it is so easy, why do so few succeed?
It's so easy because you have not to work for it. It's so easy, you have not to go anywhere. You are not to go anywhere. You have to stay quiet. Therefore, it is very easy to attain freedom, is very easy, but it becomes difficult. The people say difficult because they are otherwise engaged. So to give up their attachment to other things is difficult. Not the freedom is not difficult. To disengage yourself from other attachments may be difficult. That you have to decide once upon a time, now or next life.
My first impression was a kindly, gentle, elderly Indian man, and who was quite beautiful. And I came and saw him and then left and asked a few questions and went to Europe and then came back again. And the next time something different happened. Suddenly the whole world and everything that I had ever known before disappeared and never to reappear again. Just absolute awe. It was as though it felt like the knowledge of everything was there. The sense of an I has disappeared, and functioning just happens. Before there appeared to be a choice, but for there to be a choice there needs to be two. There has to be a chooser and a choice, and that doesn't exist. How can there be a choice when there's only one? And not even that. Speaking or not speaking, how can one say who one is? It isn't possible. They say, I am that I am. Who can understand that? Everybody appeared beautiful. In Lucknow here, it's a dirty, filthy place and it smells. And when we first came here, what were we doing here? And now it appears beautiful, even the pigs appear beautiful.
There's so many kinds of meditation that are practiced, and so many of them rely on looking at phenomena, watching breath, seeing thoughts arise and fall. What is meditation?
What you are speaking is not meditation, that is concentration. Not meditation. You are speaking of concentration, not meditation. Meditation means not to concentrate on any object. It's called meditation. Not to bring in any object of the past in the mind. And do not use your mind. That's called meditation. Don't use your mind. That's called meditation. And where the mind is used, that's called concentration, because mind will only cling to some object that belongs to past. And have you been told to meditating without the aid of the mind?
That's a hard question to answer. Most meditation that I've done involves techniques for dealing with thoughts that arise, but the point of the meditation seems to be a thoughtless state, a state where no thoughts arise.
Yes, that's called meditation. Where the no thoughts arise, that's called meditation.
But thoughts arise. Inevitably, thoughts arise. How do you deal with thoughts that arise?
I will tell you how to deal, and then I will know how the thought arises, okay? You will tell me. I think you can devote me a time equal to finger snap, will you? One instant moment, I say. This much time I will need you to stop your thought, okay? Okay. What is a thought? What is mind? There is no difference between thought and mind, isn't it?
Thought arises from mind.
Yes, thought arises from mind, and mind is bundle of thoughts. Without thoughts, there is no mind. Without thought, there is no mind. Now I tell you, and what is mind? I. I is mind. Mind is past, clinging to past, present, future, clinging to time, clinging to objects is called mind. And where does the mind arise from? I, single. When the I rises, mind rises. Mind rises, senses rises. Senses arises, world rises. Now find out, where does the I rise from? Where does the I rises from? And tell me if you are not quiet. Direct the mind to the source. This is the inquiry. And look at the source. Let the mind face the source for the first time. What is mind? Thought. What is thought? I. Let this I face the source. Now, facing the source is called inquiry. When the eye is facing, there it inquires. As mirror, in front of the mirror, is reflecting. When you see the mirror, see your face, a reflection. When you keep aside the mirror, where does the reflection go? Back to the face. So this eye is inquiring from its own source. which was reflected in the mind, mind to the senses, senses to the body, and body to the senses, and senses to the objects. This universe is this thing. So let us hold, this is the method of Maharishi, striking at the root of the mind. Everything else, all other methods, ways described by other people who teach any kind of sadhana, any kind of practice, are with the mind. Result will be mental. Or like yoga, physical. Result will be physical. And this is striking at the root of mind instantly. So mind is no more. So facing the eye now, straightaway, to the source, this reflection of the eye merge back and become that. And here ends the inquiry. Then the man will feel it was me all along. I had been free all along.
When I went to Papa's feet and I said, my teacher's been saying what you've been saying to me, but something's wrong, and I don't. There must. I just said that you're saying what my teacher's saying, and he said, what does your teacher say? And I said, well, he says to turn the mind onto itself and let it go, and watch the thoughts as they arise, and as they arise, look into the source of the thought and watch it disappear. And he said, yes, it's the same, but you are making a mistake. You're looking into the thoughts, but you're not looking to the source of the thoughts. And I mean, he said, give me your answer when you look to the source of the thoughts. And I couldn't figure it out anymore. You know, I felt like I cannot figure that out. And I started, tears started running down my cheeks. And he said, very good answer.
When Papaji asked you to look for the source of your thoughts, did you try? Did you feel you knew where to look?
I mean, later somebody asked me that question, and I responded that it didn't seem like it seemed like the first time that there was neither effort nor non-effort. And now that sounds a little stale, but I think that's the only thing I can really say about that, because it was a giving up, but it wasn't like I give up, It was somehow, I really felt his grace. I mean, his looking into my eyes. That's what happened, yeah.
I is mind. Now the question is to go beyond this thought, I thought, find out where does the I arise from. Now, and you are beyond mind now.
It's just not there.
Huh?
It's just not there.
Huh? Not there, just not there. Yeah, again go deeper. So don't have any relation. Listen, you have done very well. Listen to me, don't get into it. Listen. You still say, it is not just there, no? Yeah, transcend it even this. One half step more you have to, half step beyond. The more you go, the more you will feel happiness. Yes, you will see it now. The more you go, the more you feel happiness, because it is fathomless peace. The more you go, you will see happiness and you will know for yourself, and not only you will in love with it, it will fall in love with you. This is the beauty of this thing. Let it fall in love with you now, and you fall in love with it.
I've waited so long for this. I've waited so long for this. It's easy.
Huh?
It's easy.
Yeah, everybody says. Easiest thing is to know thyself. Easiest thing in the world, so say the Upanishads, easiest thing of all is to be in peace, to win enlightenment is the easiest of all. That is what the book of knowledge says. Because you have not to do anything, not to go anywhere, it is here and now. Here and now. Therefore you say, everybody say, it was so easy. It was so easy, nobody told me.
And it actually happened, I was sitting with my boyfriend at dinner at the restaurant here, and I step by step looked at, what do I call mind? Mind is a sequence of thoughts. What's the first thought? The I thought. So I can collectively call that mind or I. And then Papa says, look for it. See where you can find it. And in less than a second, I can't explain it. It was something reversed and everything stopped and there's no mind. And there never was. It's an idea.
How has it changed your life? For better?
This. Well, that's your answer. And I think Papa makes it very clear. He gives us nothing. That's why this can never be lost. There is no teaching. I mean, if I came looking for freedom, I found out that there wasn't any freedom or any bondage. That's a joke.
Dear Papaji, up till 5 years ago, I had several occurrences or experiences which I can only describe as enlightenment. So will you quote one of them which you called enlightenment experience?
One day, well, for quite some time I was on my own and meditating for probably 3 months. And one day I was looking at clouds and I'd just been reading something about nothingness. And then somebody said the word to me and everything seemed to stop. And I just started laughing and laughing and laughing, and everything seemed completely hysterical. And I felt like nothing mattered anymore, that I just felt that I'd returned home. And I was like that for quite some time. And then I lost that space.
That's I see.
And that's happened several times.
Yeah, right. It's quite enough. I know what the trouble was. Had you met a teacher at that time, this would have been the final experience, you see. Unless you know, unless it's tested, verified by a teacher, you can misuse it and even throw it away.
In order to succeed, Papaji, is it necessary to have a master who is himself spiritually realized?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Otherwise, how to know that you are on the right track?
Many people in the West, Papaji, have spent a long time looking for a realized master. What advice can you give them? How would you advise them to conduct a search for a fully enlightened being?
They cannot find a true master, cannot be seen by the eyes. Therefore, if they try to see by their senses, they can't make a good judgment, because master is beyond the senses and beyond any judgment. You can't see. If you feel your mind is quiet and you feel some kind of happiness and peace, and that can be the outer symptoms of a teacher, and only those people who are intensely devoted to freedom, they can only sense it, not others. So when you go to a teacher, you keep quiet. You need not give any question. Don't expect any answer. You just see, sit quiet and feel if your mind is quiet or not. If it is quiet, then you expect this is the man who can teach you. This is the man who is worth staying near. If you are very intensely in want of this thing for freedom and you don't understand, so this freedom out of compassion takes a physical form to speak to you in your own tongue, so that you understand what is freedom, and then it teaches that I am your own self, and then it enters your own self and become one. This is the role of the teacher, to point out to you, I am yourself, I am that itself. This is the role of the teacher. For some time it becomes a teacher to just apprise you of the fact that you are that, you don't listen. Therefore he becomes teacher. That becomes teacher to tell you, you are that itself. And then you see teacher and you is one.
Everyone who comes to you, you are encouraging them to look for their own self. Why are you doing this? What motivates you to do this?
My own happiness, because they are sleeping and they are suffering. When the treasure is within them,
He's from England. Hello, David. David Govan. Hello, David. David Govan. हम लोग नाम चाहते हैं अपना रखे छोड़िए David, shit good. David.
And getting on to the scorecard.
17 overs, Papaji.
Occupied by spectators.
405.
Once again for you.
30 each.
People who haven't bought tickets, I'm sure the authorities out here have seen you. And that was 1983. We are now in 1993.
This is a ring now. It is round, isn't it? 1 centimeter, call it whatever it is, you see. I can call it half an inch. Its diameter. And then it is circumference. Then it is circumference. Then it is made for this purpose. Ring, name, form. Its name is now ring, you see. Name is ring, form is something round which we put on the finger. What else do you see?
What it's made of? It's made of gold.
This is the shop of an Indian goldsmith. A woman, bored with a piece of gold jewelry she has worn for many years, has decided she wants something new. Instead of buying a new item to add to her collection, she has decided, in keeping with local customs, to have her old piece melted down and refashioned into something new. As the gold is melted down and reshaped, what changes and what remains the same? Different forms made of gold, such as rings or bracelets, don't lose their fundamental nature, their goldness, when they appear in different forms. Only the names and shapes are different. When you look at a piece of jewelry, you see the form and call it a ring, a bracelet, a chain, or a necklace. The gold, the real abiding nature of the jewelry, is temporarily forgotten. Look around you, at your own body, at the names and forms of all the things and people around you. Be aware that the form, the person you take yourself to be, is just an appearance, and that your real substance, your real nature, cannot ever change.
So ocean will take care of you. Consciousness is the ocean, and only your separation was your arrogance, like a bubble floating in the lake. A bubble floating in the lake. I am independent, I can walk, and this lake is dead. She cannot walk, she is lying dead. I am beautiful, I have my own tent canopy, luster, my own shape, my own name, and my own form. I can go wherever I like. Isn't it? And when it breaks, what will happen? Again becomes the lake. It never knew it was always the lake, part of the lake. It was the lake. Even the name was different, this separation, that bubble is different than the lake, was arrogance of this thing. It will break sometime. It will stay, but if it knows, I am the lake itself, I am the same water as the lake is, then it can enjoy name and form for some time. So this is arrogance. Our separation from the consciousness itself is arrogance, egotism. That's why we suffer. If we know it is awareness and consciousness itself, you will never suffer.
When tremendous devotion to the Guru arises, do you permit the devotee to devotion to your form?
There are also, but none of them belong to the West, because they have sold their mind and their bodies already to somebody else, because unsmelt flower is offered to God. Who has got unsmelt flower means unsmelt heart. Whose heart is there which has not been smelt by someone else? How can you offer that flower to God?
Master, what is surrender in the context of bhakti, and especially of Guru bhakti? What is surrender?
Surrender means surrender your ahankar, your ego, your separation, and merge with the Guru, with the devotion, with the Lord. I am the Lord itself, surrendered, and keep quiet.
Is that surrender gradual or immediate?
Immediate. Surrender is immediate, you see.
Can there not be a growth in love? Does not love seem to become greater and greater? Can surrender not become more and more complete?
Love is fathomless. Love is fathomless. The more you dive into the love, the more you want to love again, more you get into the depth of love, you see. You don't want to come to the surface again.
What happened when you first saw him?
It didn't happen in time. I was sitting. At that time I used to do sadhana, and at one moment everything got caught inside, like an enormous whirlpool. And this consciousness of I, this feeling of I, vanished. And there was a cave, and in that cave a flame was burning, a very tiny little flame with enormous intensity. And in the center of that flame there's something else. And how this flame burns, I cannot describe with words. It is a beauty which is not describable.
And that is your present experience of yourself and of Papaji?
In that moment was the recognition of myself, himself.
You quite clearly manifest an enormous amount of love and devotion towards him. Where does that come from?
That is that.
Is it love for him, Papaji, love for your own self? Can you distinguish?
No. It is all him.
I recognize you shining bright now with my heart. All my questions have been answered. This is so beautiful. Now I am drowning in the self, in love without an object. To love so very vulnerable, yet nothing can touch me. No need to do anything. Now I appreciate the preciousness of this shining jewel. What a treasure. Funny how it has always been here, but unrecognized. My love is gratitude itself. Thank you. Om. Who's Om? Come. Will you come here? Children. Oh, you are. I have never read anybody writing to anyone, I have drowned in the self. Did you receive any such letter? Nobody. Drowned in the river, I have heard, no? And drowned in the ocean, I have heard. My friend drowned in the ocean. But drowned in the self, I have no. And now you are enjoying what a lovely, lovely drowning. Those who know the taste of this drowning, they only can enjoy it. Very few.
It's just a release to be. It's just such a release to be. The suffering that's been there has just vanished in the drowning. And I just feel love all over. Thank you.
Goodbye.
From 2:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Indian time.
Gopal, you give this fax to Gopal and let it go. Satsang.
Yes.
Madhukar is here, Bharata travel there, and send this fax.
Yes. And it's so much fun. I mean, I've never laughed so much. Sometimes with Papaji, my face muscles just ache. I had 4 children, 4 grandchildren, they're all growing up now, but I remember when my babies were very small, they were so beautiful and pure. And they'd give you these innocent smiles back, and you just could not resist smiling and smiling and laughing till you got this kind of muscle ache. And that's what I have again now around Papaji. I'm so happy and I laugh so much.
When you go home and people ask the inevitable question, what happened to you? How are you going to tell them in terms they can understand?
I'm going to laugh.
I'm sure they can understand laughing. Apart from that, I don't really know.
The other song is gone.
If you laugh like this in your country, what will they do? I know what.
They will put me away.
It's not allowed to laugh, you know that? I was in Berlin traveling, walking in the night, because they say night in Berlin, you might have heard, evening in Paris, night in Berlin. So it was past 10, so I was walking, and one girl, she may be on a trip, I can't say. Young girl, she was laughing and laughing in front of us. I liked her very much. She was laughing. And then immediately one police van came, 2 policemen came out of the van, and then they put her and loaded her into the van and frisked away. I didn't know what is she's going her way on the footpath. She's not making any nuisance to the public. And then I asked one of my friend who was German, no, she's misbehaving. And you belong to?
German.
So song, what about the song? So about the, you are going to sing, yes, first
yes,
sing.
no, the song is
coming, very good.
It's been a long, long search, and I've been working like a dog.
When anybody laughs, he has no mind, no thought, no problem, no suffering.
So long as the laughter persists, there is no mind?
No mind, yes. You try? You see, people, those who don't laugh, they have got mind and they look very serious and many problems also. So they have mind because for any problem, suffering, you need mind. It's the mind that suffers. So you laugh away. Any problem comes, you laugh away. And it goes away, it runs away, it flies away.
So is laughter, Papa, a response to an absence of pain and suffering in the mind? When all mental problems go, laughter spontaneously arises.
Of course, yes. Only man who has got rid of all problems, he laughs, he dances. All problems, he has only to dance and only to laugh, you see. There was one saint, he was living on the top of a mountain, midnight, full moon, and he started laughing and laughing. All the people of the village woke up. What happened to this monk? All they went on the top of the hillock, asked him, sir, what happened? Oh, look, there's a cloud There's a cloud. Many people see the cloud, but who laughs? It is for the one who has no mind. Anything he will see, it gives him occasion to laugh. Because he becomes that thing. You see, at that time, cloud is there, and moon is behind, and this is enough to laugh. Yes.
So when you see the world, Papaji, you mostly laugh at it. You think it's all a big joke?
I only joke. What else is it? I don't study any sutras. I have never studied any sutras, nor I refer to any sutras. I make joke only.
My name is Atmananda, and how I came to Lucknow was through meeting Gangaji in Europe, and after meeting her I had no choice but coming here.
What happened there that convinced you that you had to come?
The seeing of who I am.
What were you expecting or hoping when you came here?
Being with Gangaji, or in the time after being with Gangaji, there was a great experience of peace, of happiness. I drove taxi for 1.5 months in Copenhagen, and I had previously, earlier, sworn that I would never drive taxi again, but I actually enjoyed every minute, and I drove about 18 hours every day.
Would you say that your eye is gone, that your mind has gone?
Yes, I would say so.
Would you please explain to a rather skeptical Western audience how you can drive a taxi for 18 hours a day without a mind?
Well, there's all the automatic things that the mind seemingly takes care of, but how to explain that nobody is actually there doing it? It is just happening. This I cannot explain. This you have to experience.
Did you do it better? Was the job done better?
I can say I had fun. And yeah, I can just say that through all experiences, fun and peace and bliss was there.
Dearest Papaji, please let me understand about the nature of service. Nature of service? What do you actually mean by understanding the nature of service? I don't understand. Nature of service, I don't understand. Because if it is service, you don't need to understand. You must have some interest in service, therefore you like to understand. They don't say that I am serving you. So this becomes a missionary service, you see. Declaring that I am serving the poor people, I am helping the poor, so there must be some interest in it. Wherever this service is going on, there must be some interest. Best service could be, which you say, to enlighten a man, remove his or her ignorance so that he doesn't suffer any long. That's the best you can do, and that one only can do who has no self-interest. The one who has any self-interest, it will not work. Yes. Who is the other to whom you want to serve? Who is the other? Who is the other? All are your parts, you see. All are your parts. It's only one. Why do you divide? Everything, all beings, humans, animals, birds, plants, rocks, all these, sum total of this is you. to whom you will serve. How beautiful this will be if you behave like that. If we behave like this, what do we lose? Then there will be peace among us in the universe also. Then there will be no frontiers also. Then we will not fight also.
Some power is compelling you to give satsang, yes?
Yes, some power is like this thing. Now I want to drink water. I say, Poonja ji, pick up the glass. Yes, sir, I picked up, put it in the mouth. I put in, drink. I drink like this thing. What difference is this? Now I have not commanded the hand. It's all me, you see. People who are benefited and not others, you see. Hand is my own. And my stomach is my own. And requirement is my own, you see. Who are others? Who is other? Who is first of all ignorant? I don't believe. Who wants to be free? I don't believe. Who is not free? I don't believe. So they are joking. I am in trouble. I am bound. So I am also joking. You are not bound, you are free. It takes long time. No, now itself. All this is a joke. I take it a joke, you see. I am a bound is it not a joke? Because they don't show me the chains, nor the fetters, nor the prison. What kind of jail is it, this thing? Simply this. So it's a big joke. I enjoy this joke.
So when you look at people in satsang, Papaji, you only see enlightened people who are pretending not to be enlightened?
Oh, it's a difficult question, but I have to answer because I answer all questions. First of all, I all absorb them and give them seat in my heart. In my heart, you see. As the lover gives seat to the beloved in his heart, always seated. So I open here. You all sit in my heart and we will speak together, yes sir. You are not apart from me. Within the heart, you are in my heart. Let us speak. We speak, you see, just like on the stage. We speak, yes.
When you look at people who come to you and they tell you, Papaji, I suffer, do you feel compassion for them? And when they wake up, do you rejoice?
I do feel compassion because what is there? What else is there for me? I have compassion for all beings who are suffering and who are dreaming. I just tell them, wake up, my dear friends, my dear children, wake up. There's no suffering at all. It's only projection of your mind and which has produced the suffering, and you are dreaming. Wake up from the dream and all the suffering will end. Where are the small ones? ये निकल
My expectations had to go on the side in order to meet him. It's not the expectations that get met. when you come to Papaji, it's you who gets met. Before I arrived here, I already saw that my wanting to have my life look a certain way, my marriage be happy, my children be happy, myself be happy, that it wasn't something that I could actually manipulate. And so I saw that the unknown is where to look towards, just to enjoy what is. And then meeting Papaji, he told me, now you've gone to the unknown, now go beyond the unknown. Up until that point there was still some effort to go towards, I saw that looking towards the unknown produced happiness as a byproduct. And there was a certain effort to do that. Once Papaji made me aware of this, I saw that neither the unknown nor the known, neither of them exist.
How has that affected the quality of your duties, responsibilities? Do you do them any better than before? The same?
They get done in a... There isn't this I that has to do them. They just get done, and in them getting done, they seem to get done more beautifully, more effectively. People around me are happier than they were before when I was really working on things.
Have you been able to communicate any of this to your children?
Yeah, very much so. The way I'm with my children now to when I was their mother, the way they can grow up now is so much more letting them be the beauty that they are.
Most young children drive their mothers crazy at least once a day. Is that still happening to you?
No. There may be moments of saying, oh God, but there isn't that oh God doesn't have that reality of sweeping me over and making me crazy. It just is a moment, and then there is the next moment. It's so sweet. Life becomes so precious, and children enjoy that. He's a master at just pointing to right here, right now, and that there is absolutely nothing to be added to this moment. No teaching, no teacher, no guru needs to be added, nothing. There's just now.
So would you say that through grace in his presence you now know who you are? Is that a better impersonal way of saying it?
Through grace in his presence. Grace has brought us together. Grace, Papaji's grace and my grace have met. One grace. There has only ever been one grace.
Grace is working in satsang, Papaji. Does it come from you, through you, or is it simply just there?
From grace only. Grace has to come from grace. Wave has to come from the ocean. Grace has to come from grace, ocean of grace. Not by any effort, not by anything you can see me. You can see me through my grace. By my grace, you can see me, not by any of your activities, not by anything else that you can see me. By my grace, you will see me. How to see the sun? How? Not by candle, through its own rays, where the rays come from, and rays come from the sun. Through the rays you can see the sun, not otherwise. This is the rays, from where the rays are coming, follow the rays. So this ray is called grace, you see. They will take you the reservoir of the grace, the gracious Lord. You see very well. Okay, very good. Through whose grace the sun shines. This shine of the sun is that grace. Moon in the night. The hardness of the rock, softness of the flower, flow of the river, movement of the air, and wave of the ocean. What is this? That which moves the air, not the movement, not the movement, that which moves the air, not the wave, that which arises the wave from the ocean. That
is the
that.
It's the ultimate mystery then, isn't it? It's the ultimate mystery.
Yeah, call it mystery. And that mysteriousness is called grace. No difference. You can call it mystery. Call it mystery. It is still a mystery, and mystery will remain always secrecy. Secrecy also. Secret. Mystery. So very sacred that you will not be able to tell me, because when I took you to that place, you could not tell me. And this is mystery what you speak, and if it is not a secret, you can speak to me, because I am trying for the last 60 years. Please, I cannot solve this mystery, this secret I cannot know. I am old man, you are very young, you can please speak to me. I want to see face to face, I want to kiss him, I want to kiss her, because I have not seen this beauty anywhere on the face of this planet. Because I am in love with someone that beloved I have not seen, isn't it?
Wow.
One final question, Papaji. All your life, you have been trying to express your own inner experience. Will you please make one more attempt for us? Who are you? What are you? What is your own experience of yourself?
Very easy reply is, I am your own self. I am your own self. And this is truth. How can it be? I am myself only. I am your own self, and the self of all the beings that exist and that have to exist.
Can you look for a few seconds directly in the camera, Papaji? We want you to give darshan directly to the people watching. Can you look here and smile at them?
Where? To whom I speak?
Hi.
I see my own reflection. What can I speak? Yes, I see. Yes. Yes, who are you? Who are you? I am. Oh, don't you understand? I am Papaji. Oh, I forgot. That's what I see.